Good afternoon, everybody. This is Lara from Pure Elliott Wave with your Monday to Friday update for Bitcoin, Ethereum and XRP. I'm going to try and make this under 10 minutes today. Wish me luck. Bitcoin first, it's just moving sideways. It's still continuing to find resistance at 38,500. Support recently has been about 35,000, but we have a signal that tells us we might be about to get an upward breakout sooner rather than later. As price moves sideways, range is declining. There are two candlestick reversal patterns at highs. So here is a shooting star here, and this 1, 2, 3, these candlesticks together make an evening doji star. However, that doesn't tell us if we're going to get a downward trend from here or just a little bit of sideways movement. And the signal from on-balance volume today suggests a little bit of sideways movement is the more likely scenario of those two possibilities. Get some free giveaways today to help you with your technical analysis. Click on the link below to go to my website and you can download one or more of these 3 giveaways. I have an ebook on technical analysis basics for you. These are the contents of the ebook, several chapters on some basics, some indicators, some techniques, looking at gaps, looking at scale for your charts, and I've even got 2 steps to a high probability trade set up there for you. Another free giveaway is this easy candlestick pattern guide to the major candlestick reversal patterns, bullish and bearish, diagrams, descriptions of how they should be read and in what context. And a third giveaway, I have this Elliott Wave structure guide, 3 pages giving you all of the Elliott Wave structures with all of the rules you need to know and diagrams of the ideal form for each. Motive structures on 1 page and all of the corrective structures on 2 pages. So click on the link below and get any one or all of these 3 giveaways for free. Yesterday's completed upward session lacked a bit of support from volume, but on-balance volume has broken above resistance. This is a bullish signal. Now this doesn't always work, but it works more often than it fails. When on-balance volume forms a range while price is consolidating, sometimes on-balance volume will break out of that range before price breaks out and give you a heads up as to what direction price is most likely to break out in. This tells us that price is most likely to break out upwards, so that's what I will expect. ADX for on-balance volume is now just below 45, so this consolidation has managed to bring it right down from very extremes, setting itself up for the indication of a new trend in either direction, but the positive DX line remains above the negative, so if the black ADX line eventually has an upward slope again, it would again indicate an upward trend. With no clear trend, reverting to a model of stochastics plus support and resistance says that stochastics should overall move down to oversold while price continues overall down to support. However, that hasn't been working for this consolidation, so I'll use this area for stochastics. It tells us to expect a little pullback to see stochastics end close to the 50 mark while price moves a bit lower to support, maybe about 35,000. However, that is contradicted today by the signal from on-balance volume, and I will give that signal more weight. I expect it's most likely we're about to see an upward breakout for Bitcoin sooner rather than later at this stage. The Elliott Wave count for Ethereum remains the same. I'm still expecting a 5-wave motive structure to continue down for sub-minuet C, to complete an expanded flat for minuet Y, to complete a double combination for minute wave 2, to end about the log function of the 0.382 Fibonacci ratio at 1876.56. When that's done, I'll expect a 3rd wave at multiple degrees for Ethereum, minute, minor, intermediate, primary and cycle. So a 3rd wave up at 5 degrees is waiting in the wings if my Elliott Wave count is correct, and it's extremely bullish for Ethereum. Technicals for Ethereum, there may be an ascending triangle unfolding. The breakout of ascending triangles is about 2/3 of the time upwards, so let's expect most likely 2/3 likely, an upward breakout from this ascending triangle. They are either continuation or reversal patterns. A breakout would be a close above resistance at 2,400. If we see downward movement for the short term, let's expect support possibly at the lower edge of this trend line for the ascending triangle. If it breaks through that, next support 1880. Overall, an upward breakout is expected as likely for Ethereum. The last completed session was a little red candlestick, does not have support from volume, price is moving sideways while volume is declining. Most triangle patterns do correlate with declining volume, so this fits that pattern nicely. I'm adjusting resistance and support lines on balance volume for Ethereum. Now here's another way to use on balance volume. This support line, the purple line, has 1, 2 tests, and now for yesterday's downward movement, Ethereum has, or on balance volume for Ethereum has moved back down to that line. This line may assist to halt a fall in price here as on balance volume finds support and moves up from here. So the current green session will see another test once that's taken into account, and then this line will have 3 tests and greater technical significance. So not only can these trend lines, resistance and support on balance volume, give you signals when there's a breakout, but when on balance volume sits or moves to one of the lines, it can assist to halt a rise or a fall in price. Expect them to provide support and resistance until they give way and give you a signal. I hope that makes sense. ADX is really well below 45 now at 32, nicely setting itself up for the next trend for Ethereum. No clear trend at this time frame. Stochastics moving downward through neutral. Expect overall downward movement to support until stochastics reaches oversold and price reaches support. But again, on balance volume contradicts this today, that model of stochastics plus support and resistance. So I'm going to give more weight to on balance volume and expect it's most likely for Thursday we're going to see an upward session, and that's what we're seeing. But I don't expect that support on balance volume to be broken or the support of the lower edge of the ascending triangle to be broken until proven otherwise. Elliott Wave count for XRP remains the same, still expecting a little second wave correction for Minute 2, looking for Minuet C to move below the end of A at 0.5945, but Minute 2 to not move below the start of 1 below 0.5746. So what that means is I expect just a little bit of downward movement to end below 0.59 or at or below 0.5945, but not below 0.5746. That's very specific. Once that little pullback is done, I expect a third wave up for XRP, also at 5 degrees. Minute, minor, intermediate, primary, and cycle. Again, this is a very, very bullish Elliott Wave count for XRP. Technicals at the daily time frame this week so far, they're all just moving sideways. Really not much new to note, except for how on balance volume is working. XRP continuing to find resistance at 62 cents if it moves lower, support 54.55 cents, but I expect it's most likely that this support for 21st of November, bouncing off the 50-day moving average, is most likely to hold because it's followed by a bullish piercing pattern, and a very strong one as well. It's really close to an engulfing pattern, and engulfing patterns are the strongest candlestick reversal patterns. Yesterday's complete downward session for XRP had overall declining volume, prices moving sideways while volume is declining. XRP also has a nice range from on balance volume, but it's not either at resistance or support today, and it hasn't had a breakout, so there's no signal and there's no test of resistance or support to assist to halt a rise or fall in price. We'll keep an eye on how this range continues to unfold. We'll be looking for a breakout to provide a signal for XRP. ADX is well below 45 now. That's fantastic to see, getting itself set up for a new signal for a trend in either direction. The positive DX line remains above the negative, so if the black ADX line turns around and has a positive slope, it would again be indicating an upward trend. Using the model of support and resistance with stochastics, because there's no clear trend, that would expect overall stochastics to continue up to overbought while price continues higher to resistance. And that's it for a super quick update from me today. I hope everyone is having a lovely day, and I hope you're all looking forward to an awesome weekend coming up.